Our sponsors this month are Shropshire Drone Services. If you're looking for aerial video or photography in Shropshire, then they can help you. Go to shropshiredroneservices.co.uk or speak to Matt at 07800 689 209. Whether you're looking for crisp video or perfect photography from anywhere in Shropshire, they can help you. They come highly recommended from the Shrewsbury Biscuit. We asked them for some help with our website, and they delivered crisp, perfect footage of our town in Shrewsbury. That's shropshiredroneservices.co.uk. You will not be disappointed, folks. Hi guys, and welcome to the final piece of the puzzle for our Drawn 2023 coverage. This is an interview with Charlie Adlard. It was literally the last interview we did. I remember there was 4 of us on the mixer. There's 4 microphones plugged in, 4 sets of headphones, and we had 1 bar of battery throughout the whole thing, and there's our last set of batteries, and I was staring at that battery throughout the whole thing. I was so nervous. But I separate this from the lot because I thought it'd be a nice way to end things. It's only a short one, this, barely half an hour. So this is good for like when you're like walking the dog, something little to listen to. And it's really funny because we speak to Charlie quite a bit. We see him about things, and it's become that relaxed when we speak to him now. It's never a case of the awkward questions you normally ask someone for the thing they're famous for, if that makes sense. So we spent a lot of time procrastinating, talking about everything but Charlie's work as an artist, comic books, and I'm editing this now, and I've just made a list of things that we talked about, and it's like we talked about crazy festivals, horror movies, upside down pineapples, sweet potato mash, and it's just a list of things we did talk about, but we did get to things at the end that are really, really useful. Some great bits of advice, actually, Charlie. So hope you enjoy this, and I'll catch you guys at the end where I'll say goodbye properly. So here is our Drawn 2023 interview with Charlie Adlard. Right, so we've got Cherie Jerrard and we've got Charlie Adlard, who has been doing a workshop here today showing people how to use different pens for different techniques. How are you, Charlie? You good?
I'm very well, thank you, Alex.
Why you got no audio? I don't know what.
I can't hear myself.
Let me just have a look.
Small amount of paint.
Switch it on.
The last guest turned it off. There we go. Very thoughtful. So there we go. How are you, Charlie? We're trying to get you.
Are we live?
Live on Channel 4. Please do not swear. So yeah, how have you been? You've been busy?
Yes, as always. Yes, busy. Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Oh, well, I've just finished my last bande dessinée for France, which is French for comic
Good
book.
design, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
I was guessing.
Bande dessinée? Well, yeah, I suppose. But yeah, it's basically what they call comic books in France, which is called Altamont, which is based on the infamous 1969 Rolling Stones Free Festival, which is significant for being... To get that with the, shall we say, that with probably the Manson murders, the significant end of the hippie era.
Oh wow!
Oh, good fun. Yeah, somebody got stabbed to death right in front of the Rolling Stones while they were playing. Yeah, you never heard of that?
No, I didn't know that.
Something
light for the listeners.
Something nice and light there.
Did you know about
yeah.
that?
No, I didn't.
Altamont, no. It was. What the Stones wanted to do their version of Woodstock, but on the west coast of the States. So they found this racetrack. Is not NASCAR, something similar, that sort of thing. And it's just sort of in the shrublands outside of San Francisco. The racetrack's called Altamont, and Yeah, so they put this free festival on, and all the massive names, all the West Coast bands, so
Yeah, I bet
of the
that's
time
awesome.
played
Yeah.
like Flying Burrito Brothers, and who else played? Jefferson Airplane, of which one of the guys in Jefferson Airplane gets hit. So it's not a good start to the show.
Wow.
But it's weird. If you Google loads and loads of, if you just Google images of Altamont, it's crazy because the stage is literally probably no higher than you're halfway up your legs.
Yes, they're really
And there's just people just stood on stage all the time, like just general public, not. And infamously, their security was Hell's Angels, so armed with
Do they
pull
get stuck
cues.
in? Are they like,
Well, it was a
quite lot?
It was a Hell's Angel that stabs this audience member. There's just a kerfuffle, and it's actually on film as well. It's crazy. There's a really good documentary called "Give Me Shelter." About
Oh my
it.
God.
Yeah. You see, I mean, blink and you'll miss it, but of course they freeze frame it in the documentary and everything. So
Wow. This is the
yes.
moment, this last gasp.
I know.
Leaves his body.
Mad.
Stuff here.
I mean, the feeling of if anyone's out there seen that documentary, I can't remember what streaming service it was on. I think it might have been Netflix, but don't quote me on that. The one about Woodstock '99.
Yeah, I saw that. That was
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yeah, well, that
People died.
it's
People
of a similar kind of vibe, shall we say?
Yeah.
It got it was meant to be peace and love and everything. Got
Yeah.
dark really quick.
They locked him in. They chucked him on a tarmac airfield. They were like, and it's $4 for a bottle of water. And they
Yeah.
were like, anarchy.
It was, yeah.
Anarchy.
Well, it was very similar. Well, Altamont was very similar.
And then you had Fred Durst. Were like,
So my book is, or our book is not actually, having said all that, it's not actually about Altamont. It's just set at Altamont.
Oh, okay.
Because the story has been well documented, it's been told, so there's no point in just telling the same story.
Yeah.
So it's about another bunch of kids that go there and go through their own sort of heart of darkness.
when it comes to you researching your art, though, I know you do a lot of life painting and life drawing, and I love that about you. But when it comes to like things like the stuff you've done in the past, with the gore of The Walking Dead, and maybe the violence of what you've been doing recently, do you have to? What kind of research do you have to go into to make sure you get it right? Do you watch a lot of horror films? How do you?
No, I am a bit of a horror aficionado, actually, I got to admit, but I actually genuinely prefer my horror off screen.
You like your horror, Leon?
No.
No.
The best horror movies are the one that imply horror rather than show it full on. I mean, the full on stuff's got its place, but I think a really good example is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which everyone goes, oh God, that's so horrible, that's so gory. If you actually watch a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you hardly see any blood, any gore. It's all off camera. It's what people remember, and it's what it implies, and that's really clever. It's just the atmosphere of that film, if you've ever seen it, is just it's so thick with atmosphere. It's almost an endurance test.
I can't watch horrors. I'm a bit
Oh, right.
worse.
Same.
But I'm
Are you the same?
You know.
Yeah.
But having said that, I watched Evil Dead Rises last week, and that's really gory, and it has its place, and it's all good fun.
I prefer
at the
spooky
same
stuff, though. I prefer stuff that make you jump. I mean, one of the most iconic horror film scenes for me was that scene in Signs, where the alien just walk. All he does is walk past the screen, but he goes "Doosh" as he does it, and everybody goes "Ah."
Or the bit. Have you seen the Descent? Have you seen the Descent?
Probably years ago. Is that the one in the caves?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you just see half the film is just those female cavers just getting trapped in a cave.
That Neanderthal.
And you don't see the monster at all for half the film. Then suddenly half the way through the film, they introduce
Makes you wait.
the monster. But the first shot is like similar to Signs, where
See, if I watched
you
any
see
of it,
something in the
I
corner of
wouldn't
your
see
eye, and they're like, "What the hell was that?" And then the whole thing just goes to
So
hot.
I can't watch this stuff and sleep. This would trouble me now if I watched that. So obviously, what do you get? You get an adrenaline rush from fear.
Yeah, I don't know why. I sort of prefer watching horror movies a second time.
Yeah.
where you know where the jumps are.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess you can look past
I mean,
it a bit.
some of my greatest memories are from horror movies, though, and just in terms of, I think it is that visceral, like you say, impact.
Yeah.
I mean, the bit in Hereditary.
Yeah.
Have you seen
That's the
Hereditary?
next-
Yes, I have.
Yes. Well, let's not talk. I mean, there's one moment in Hereditary where, I mean, I took at the time, my eldest son, we both went to see it, and I think I got him in underage, because it's quite a while back now. Shh. Actually, no,
we didn't.
No,
Bit of editing for Alex.
I think Hereditary was a 15, so he wasn't underage, actually.
Okay,
'cause
right,
it's probably
no, he
about
wasn't. It's scrap that.
Actually,
You
yeah.
did it.
I always think these things are, yeah.
We've all done it. We've all done it.
But anyway, yes, that moment with the head.
Yeah. That for
That
me,
was the first time I swore in front of my son. And you don't normally have that reaction in the
No.
cinema. You don't
Because-
actually normally go, oh my,
Yeah.
whatever.
That was a
But
scene,
it was
though.
just a sudden incredible.
it was like,
incredible
it
bit
carried
of
on though.
movie making.
It didn't like like a jump scares. Jump scares. You normally like, oh, that was scary. Next,
Yeah.
this was like, oh my
Oh,
god,
carries
oh my
on,
god, oh my
carries
god,
on.
oh my god.
It's
you need to watch
because it
Hereditary.
focuses on the reaction
I've
of
heard
the
about
driver.
it. I
Yeah.
kind of like
Yeah, that's
listening
what's
to
so
reviews.
good about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
What's that movie no one can watch to the end that's been made recently? It's got like Terror or something, or a clown. I don't know. It's like,
Not
It?
Smile.
it. I was more.
No?
I forgot what the movie's called, but apparently no one can watch to the end. It's so gory and disgusting. I don't know.
Ah.
No, we see. Well, if it's just gory and disgusting, I'm
Human
not
centipede
interested.
or whatever.
It's got to have a good
God.
story to it.
I have had the misfortune of watching
Oh,
that.
no,
It
I
is
What was that?
pure Human centipede.
Oh no.
Let's not talk about that.
It's a
Let's not
family-friendly
talk-
show,
yes,
folks.
yeah. You can use your imagination on that one.
Oh, it's grim.
Yeah, it is grim.
I haven't watched it. It's
It's
grim.
oh no, I hate. It's a horrible movie. It's horrible.
No
Yeah.
need. It's-
Yeah.
Horrible.
I was chatting to a lady just while you were doing your drawing, and there was lots of people. I was chatting to a lady who's from out of town, didn't know who you were for some reason.
It's amazing. There's quite a few
and-
people, and I'm
My
like, well,
God.
he does the. They're like, what's
But I was explaining, I was like, well, he's a great patron of Shrewsbury and more to do with,
Oh, yes.
with art in Shrewsbury. And then we got.
get you a necklace.
Kind of a big
Yeah, she's
big amulet or something. Yeah.
But what I was going to say was, I think Cherie has the same sort of status
Oh yes, absolutely.
because of what you do for drawing. Because yes, you do, Charlie, you do great stuff. But what you've done here, I've been interviewing people today, and we've been talking about the network possibilities that you've brought to local artists around here. So you got Charlie Adlard, the great Charlie Adlard, doing stuff with
The great.
with the Hive and doing stuff, and then you got the great Cherie
There's no
doing
great
great stuff
Cherie.
with drawing.
No great.
How important is something like this, Charlie? Do you like drawing this event like this locally?
Oh, I mean, I think it's brilliant, obviously, and I mean, Cherie's done a fantastic job. I mean, it feels a bit like a comic book convention. I know it sounds crazy. That sort of vibe. It's
Yeah.
got that kind of feel.
Having never been to a comic book
Well,
convention,
not just
I'm
a
kind of
comic book
interested in that.
convention, just a convention of
Yeah.
anything. Just
Is
that
it
sort
because
of,
everyone's kind of on a bit of a high and just happy to be here and
yeah,
that's
I
sort
think
of positive?
so. Yeah, I mean,
It's more of a Shane Chebsey event though, rather than a big Comic Con, because it's intimate.
Yes, yeah. It's well, obviously, yeah. But I mean, I'm hoping all the store holders have had a really good day. That's
Well, this is
that's
day
what
two.
you want, isn't
I
it?
think they did really well yesterday, and
Yeah.
it's been possibly busier today.
It's really busy. We were trying to get
Well,
with
thank God for the rain.
Yeah, I know.
what everyone. Well, me and Leon were doing biscuit runs earlier, so we hit record and we just walk, right? So we just speak to
Right.
whoever we find.
Where's the biscuits?
The biscuits. We need biscuits. We do.
Free biscuits, potentially, I don't know.
People-
You get bacon.
I think people are walking over to us going biscuits, and then they see us and they're like, oh, there's no biscuits.
Alex the Great has already spoken for.
Yeah, Alex. There's already been an Alex the Great. I don't think I can live up to his shoes. But what was I talking about? Yeah, biscuit. And there were so many people, you couldn't get to the artists because they were crowded around the stall.
Yeah,
so you had to
yeah.
So, and we didn't want to do that. But
It's really good. I'm
you've been
really happy.
a victim of your own success.
I need to start drawing again, don't I, though? The thing is, I've been homeless for a while, so I've been able to put the energy into everyone else. And now when I finally get my own studio back, was probably unable to work because of I'll be like, no, this is my moment.
You've seen Cherie outside, I don't know, outside a shop with "We'll draw for food"
Yeah,
on
we'll
a
get
bit of
like that.
cardboard.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm going back to my roots. But yeah, I feel like I used to draw, and now I'm kind of
What's holding you back?
well, I haven't had a house, have I? I've been living.
Does that not like...
No, I have still been drawing.
My sketchbooks
My sketchbooks become a bit of a thing, but then with this looming, I've just given it all my attention, which I've had to really, because I want to make sure everybody benefits from it. There's so many people here that I feel slightly responsible for.
I have seen you walking around. Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
don't
Make sure.
worry. I woke up this morning in a sort of panic that something had gone wrong. And I was like, waking up really early every morning. Maybe that's the lights.
Does it? Because how many have you done now?
This is the 5th one.
This one. So, has it got to a stage now where at least a lot of it takes care of itself?
You'd think, wouldn't you? But no, there's always something. There's always something
That's
it's life.
just convention organisers always say that it's the first few. It's getting off the ground.
The workshop I did yesterday went like that because everybody just wanted to draw. They didn't really want to hear what I had to say. They said, "Oh yeah, let's just crack on."
Have you had to break out any of the contingencies? Has there been any issues where you've had to
there was a missing child earlier, and Paul attempted to shut the place down, and it turned out it was one of the people from the Historic England's children.
Oh wow!
It was like they were testing us. But it all
They just let loose the child. Let's
Run
just
away.
see how they react.
It's nice to see that you guys go ripping with it. At what point did you come at Pod Aid last year? Because I remember we lost internet at one point. It was you and Mike, wasn't it?
It was middle of the afternoon. Was it lunchtime, middle of the afternoon?
I can't remember.
Relatively early. You weren't going as hysterical as you were the night the year before last, because I think we came in a lot later.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
I always remember Charlie Adlard, who's the voice actor. He came. He did Starscream, and he did MODOK for years. He did.
Oh right.
Paddington Bear.
Did you know about this guy? Your namesake?
He came. We had a watershed, and he came on at 8 a.m. not knowing what the time was. He was like, "F&L, Al, I've been waiting backstage F." And I was just like, "Oh my." Contingencies are really important to have. I'm really sorry. But the reason I bring that up is because we lost internet completely. We had Marcus Bean sat on his phone, and when you have an issue like that, it becomes like the world sort of closes in on you a bit. I remember running up and downstairs trying to get the internet fixed. We got it fixed, but it always feels like the whole world's on your shoulder, right?
That's happened a few times with people trying to take payments, because there's no Wi-Fi here. But yet there seems to be in little areas, because I managed to live stream Charlie's drawing earlier.
Is that why we're there?
Yeah.
X mark.
You can't move.
Just the little hot spot.
I know.
Right.
I'm glad to have some food here this time, though. It just brings a little bit of warmth to it.
It does. That corner's lovely.
Yeah.
It really is nice.
And they're so nice. They're nurturing us all with their food, which I really.
I did say I'd go and speak to him in a bit, but it's been so busy. I'm getting away with their business. But Leon, before we sign off, have you got any questions for Charlie?
Yeah. This is probably for both of you, right? Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Does
I thought you were going to ask
pizza?
me about swingers for a minute there.
Why?
Because an upside down pineapple. Have you heard about that?
Oh yes.
Yeah, okay.
No, didn't we have?
We have this conversation.
Did we have that conversation?
I've heard about this as well.
Because originally it was pampas grass in the 70s.
Yes,
it was pampas
yes,
grass.
I
now
know.
it's upside down pineapple.
And now I think back to all the family members who had pampas grass.
Well, every when I found that about that, oh God, however many decades ago, I remember just going around various houses, just going, oh my.
Oh, I know.
But that being said, if you see one of your friends wearing a jumper with an upside down pineapple on it, out of coincidence, don't don't get too forward with them. I'm just saying.
Actually, before we get ahead of ourselves, I would say no.
Okay.
I would say yes.
Oh.
What about you, Pearl? Pearl, what do you think? Does pineapple belong on pizza?
What?
Pineapple, does it belong on pizza?
No.
There we go.
We have very different tastes in our house.
Outvoted.
We've been. Leon's been asking that all day, and we've had like, well, my husband says yes, but I say no. There's lots of people that genuinely like.
No, my wife
Hawaiian.
she always has pineapple.
I love
on.
Hawaiian
It's
pizza.
Hawaiian. It has a little bit of vitamins, a bit of moisture.
I said
Right, it's not right.
I said okay.
I put vegetables on mine for the.
You know what Pearl can't stand? Well, this is controversial in our household. Sweet corn with your Sunday dinner.
Oh.
Sweet corn.
He makes it all the time with sweet corn and what's the other one he does?
There's a
Sweet
long list.
potato mash.
Yeah, I love the sweet potato mash.
You
Sweet
can't
potato
have
mash.
that and chicken and gravy in your It's like some sort of fruit salad.
Pearl's a purist,
Mixed
so I'll
with
mix it up a little bit.
nice think.
I'm thinking all the vitamins, but
This
I'm
is-
not good on sweet corn.
Well, no, we always have sweet corn in our house purely because my youngest son is very fussy and he doesn't actually do green, anything green.
Yeah, okay, so you
So
get
we're limited by things like carrots and sweet corn.
Yeah.
So sweet corn is always the, unfortunately.
Would he have it with a Sunday dinner, though? Would he have it with
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, there
because
you go. Oh, there you are, Pearl. It's the thing.
well, only
Charlie
because
said, Charlie the Great.
I
says
would,
it's okay.
but I would elect not to have sweet corn personally.
Oh, okay.
Sweet corn is one of my least favourite vegetables.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
all right. Okay.
But I
so-
eat it
I-
because
Yeah, because needs
other
must.
members
Yeah.
needs must.
Did any of you guys see the fallout from me and Tom? You remember Tom Bruno, my co-host in Vermont? I mentioned that we have sweet corn and pizza over here. It's like normal thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he lost his mind.
I did see something
Absolutely
about
lost his mind. And he was like, we don't do that in America. He went absolutely ball out. He was like, I quit the show. I'm not doing this anymore.
I was out
He
of the
said,
reason you
They don't do that in
the other
America
one.
at all. I went on a radio show in America and talked about this, and they were like, absolutely not. We do not put sweet corn on our pizza. They were getting angry about it. And I was like, what is this?
Right, don't they put chicken with waffle though? So what are they talking about?
waffle
Yeah,
chicken.
yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
mean
Yeah, chicken and
not the
waffles, yeah.
pizza. Pearl likes chicken and waffles. Yeah, with maple syrup.
And it is delicious with some maple syrup. Mwah.
Is it lunchtime by any chance? Are we just migrated on to
I
talking
think we've
about
gone
food?
past lunchtime. haven't we?
Yeah. This has been a typical biscuit thing with Adlard. We talked about horror films, food,
No, we're not really talked about
and
this
swingers.
place. Yeah,
I do like to throw random.
great.
I've forgotten Damon's question from earlier. His relay question. I've completely forgotten it.
No idea.
No idea.
Relay question.
Yeah.
So we ask questions, we keep them going.
That's it, right.
And I've forgotten his question. That's crazy. But what I'll ask you to say is any advice. I always ask you this, but if anybody's listening to this, any advice wants to go out there and be creative and is scared, is feeling a bit nervous about it, how would you combat that?
Charlie looks nervous by that question.
What? To combat what? Sorry, to get over
Get out there and be
your
creative.
fears.
You just got
How
to do
do
it,
you-
haven't you?
How do you battle your fears? No, I mean, how do you go out there and be professionally creative with it if you're a bit nervous about it? You know?
Well, I've always said it's just. I think the true sort of how would you describe this? The way you find out whether you really should be in whatever in creative industry you're into is whether you find yourself doing it in your spare time or whether you want to or not. If you feel like you have to do it, you shouldn't be doing it. It's as simple as that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just doing it and you love doing it, you know, that's your destiny, surely.
Oh, it's a
If
mixed
you
bag.
feel like everything's a chore,
I
well, don't do
I
it.
make all my hobbies my job,
yeah, exactly.
which starts out fun, but then I have to do it.
I get up. I am an early riser, I'd
Yeah.
admit, but I get up early in the weekend, as I normally would, and I'll do a couple of hours of work, of inverted commas work. It's not because I need to,
No.
because
You enjoy it.
I enjoy it, and it's a nice time to do it.
That's-
'Cause it's nice and quiet, and I don't get disturbed for a couple of hours. Everyone else is asleep,
When I'm editing,
and yeah.
I feel like there's a symphony going off in my head. Oh, you know, Iron Man, when he's doing all his building, he's got like AC/DC in the background and he's having a laugh. He's
Yeah.
enjoying himself. That's me
Yeah.
when I'm doing my audio, when I'm making things like
Yeah.
that. There's like a symphony going off in my head. I feel happy. And that's why I'm kind of migrating to doing this as a job.
Is that your? It's interesting. That is post production your favourite bit?
Kinda. I kind of like I love to take a bit of bad audio and fixing it and making it
Yeah.
sound perfect. I'm like, oh, there it is. There's a sweet spot.
Yeah, because I used to do when I was at art college. I did film and video. My favourite part of it was the editing, because I feel like doing the shooting and doing all the basically the production was a bit of a chore,
Yeah.
bit of the meat and potatoes of it,
Yeah.
and then you've got it all there,
Yeah,
and then you
spicy.
create it afterwards by sticking it all together and blah, 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 blah.
I love that.
So that was my favourite bit as well. And it's sort of similar to what I draw as well, because when I'm penciling and laying out stuff, for me that's the slightly more chorey sort of stuff. But when I come to do the finishes, or if I'm colouring it or whatever, that's what I really enjoy, because that's
Yeah.
when it all comes together.
Nice.
You have the control then.
Yeah.
You've done done the slog,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they're there now being really, oh, I can do that, oh, I
Nice.
can change this, I can do that, and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
See, me and Charlie Adlard practically the same.
There you go.
There we go. And on that note, Cherie, thank you so much for
Thanks,
doing this
Alex.
today. Thank you, Charlie, for
Thanks,
chatting
Charlie,
to us.
Yeah.
No, my pleasure.
Have you got any final questions before we get out of here? Something short, though.
Food
Come on, something profound,
Come on, dig
something
deep.
witty and profound. Come on, no pressure.
Can even be Walking Dead
Dogs or cats?
dogs or cats?
Oh God,
Dogs,
cats.
dogs.
Oh God, we're just totally
That's why we go on, Charlie.
Dogs for me. Dogs for me. Dogs.
cats all the way.
What about you, Pearl?
Dogs. Got 2 sausage dogs
the only cat
here,
person.
and then like 6 or 7 at my dad's.
Cats
of
are
dogs.
brilliant. Cats.
Right, brilliant. Thank you so much, guys. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Alex.
Thank you.
Right, so this is the end of our coverage from Drawn Day 2. We did so well with the relay, and we failed at the last hurdle.
Oh, well.
With Charlie Adlard too. I completely forgot which question that we were supposed to give him. But have you enjoyed these 2 days, Liam?
Honestly, it's been amazing. It'd be good to go back home, but it's been good.
Yeah. I love this because there's something about getting inside the head of a creative and taking a look at what's making them tick. It's really, really nice, and that's what I love to do. Have you learned anything this weekend about?
Well, obviously yesterday I learned that it's not too late to do anything. It's not too late to learn something new.
DJ Rags? There you go.
Today, I say what I've learned is just be yourself. And obviously, if you don't want to do something, don't do it. And if you want to do something, make it your job.
That was interesting what Charlie was just saying, that if it makes you feel happy, do it. Yeah, as long as it's not drugs or murder, you're fine.
Oh well.
Yeah. And again, we'll revisit this. Which bits of art that you've seen today have moved you in any certain way? And I'll go after you as well.
Obviously, Hannah's over there. I really liked hers. Charlie today, his ability to draw really quickly, that surprised me out of nowhere. Possibly his over there, I forgot his name.
MVK paints.
Yeah, I liked his a bit. It was very goofy. I liked it a little bit. It popped out.
Nice. I really, I've watched Charlie draw before. We've been to events with him, and I've done stuff. But watching him draw like Rick Grimes just there, in the speed and what he did, was just breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. Like, he did it in 6 minutes.
I couldn't do it in a year, probably.
6 minutes, he drew a perfect Rick Grimes, and we've got that footage. We'll put it on our Facebook. It's a bit long for Instagram, but I'll put it on our Facebook. 6 minutes he did it in. That's unbelievable. I've really enjoyed today. I've enjoyed speaking to everyone. I want to say thank you to everybody that's come and sat down and spoken to us. If we put you on the spot today, thank you for speaking to us and giving us the time. Thank you to Charlie. Thank you to Cherie as well for putting this on. And Pearl has been running around. Paul as well. He hasn't got much of a mention. He's been doing a great job. And you, Leon.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. So funny. It's I can never get over like there's people walking past taking pictures of us as we're doing this.
I was scared a bit,
It was that bit. But yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I've really enjoyed doing this. If you're listening to this for the first time, Shrewsbury Biscuit, make sure you give us a follow. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we are on TikTok, and we're on LinkedIn. All those follows, all those subscribes, they really, really help. We love you guys. Peace out.